Hey film fans, my name is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today we will be discussing the Mondo Macabro release of Bollywood horror. I've been a fan of horror movies my whole life. I remember back in the day recording movies off of TV straight onto VHS. I would record Friday the 13th marathons, the Halloween movies. Mostly it seems like those things were airing on AMC, but other channels would carry them as well. And sometimes I would record into the night, wee hours of the morning even. But great memories of horror movies just growing up, and sort of the part of the basis of my film education. I owe a lot of gratitude to the horror film industry, because I've always seen a lot of horror movies, but even to this day I'm almost 40 years old and there's still little nooks and crannies in the horror genre that I have yet to discover or yet to kind of dive into. And one of those for me is the Bollywood horror scene. In fact, Bollywood films in general are a big blind spot for me. I've seen clips here and there on YouTube, and the thing that I like about the clips that I've seen of Bollywood horror films are just how kind of zany and over the top they are. Some of it too is, they're films that are kind of ripping off direct, hits from maybe the Hollywood film market. So I know there's a Bollywood kind of remake or adaptation of like Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, for instance. That's not in this particular set, but that's another one that I plan on bringing in. Just fun things like that. And I've seen some Bollywood kind of music videos. There's a really great one out there for kind of a ripoff of Thriller, and it's one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time, honestly. But yeah, so I wanted to dive into kind of the Bollywood horror scene and just kind of start to get my education in that specific part of the horror genre. So I guess, we'll call it a horror subgenre, Bollywood horror, maybe a good way to put it. But yeah, so Mondo Macabro, who this is actually my first set from them. This is their Bollywood horror set. Sorry, we've got some glare going on there. So we've got the Bollywood horror collection, and this is a limited edition set. Now I know, at least from the little bit of research that I've done, that some of the Bollywood horror titles, when they go out of print, they can go for a decent amount of money. And so I wanted to jump on this before it went out of print so that I had a chance to kind of hit some of the main titles, or certainly what Mondo Macabro felt like was worth putting in a limited edition set. And I know this is what they do really well, is this type of thing. And so we're going to go ahead and unbox this and take a look at this together. I don't know how limited this is, and I know shipping windows for these things can vary. So I'm not going to state anything in this video in terms of availability. You'll just have to go and take a peek for yourself. I'll be sure and leave a link in the description for the Mondo Macabro site. But we've got a really nice, sturdy, very thick, sturdy box set presentation here. And we do have a booklet inside, which, as you know, I'm a big fan of. So we'll go ahead and unbox this so that, as always, you can be informed on whether or not this is a purchase that you'd like to make for your collection. This set, I believe, was around the $100 mark, somewhere around there. But again, I will leave the link so that you can go check this out for yourself. So for now, let's go ahead and switch over to the overhead camera so that we can get this set unboxed. Okay, so here is our Ramsay House of Horrors Bollywood Horror Collection from Mondo Macabro. We'll go ahead and pull the plastic off here and hopefully that'll give us a little bit less glare. I get really good natural light in my office here, and that's a good and a bad thing. Yeah, so really, really nice. I prefer more of a matte finish myself on box sets, but we definitely get that here. Looking around the set, we have some kind of a nice little collage of images from the films. Very fun. And then here are the contents of the box. So you can see we have a large stack of films here, and then the booklet on the end. And this, very nice, very thick, sturdy box. You can see, especially on the top there, I mean, it's really thick and reinforced, even more on the top and the bottom there than the sides, but even the sides are nice and sturdy. So really happy to see that. We'll set this aside and take a look at this kind of one disc at a time. I am very likely going to mispronounce these names, so please forgive me if you're really into Bollywood horror films and are just shaking your head. I do apologize. Here we have Atma, the Ghost. Cool image there. The spine and the back here. Of course, if you want to, you can pause and read over the synopsis and special features here. Trying to see, yeah, so we have 112 minutes. This one's from 2006. I think a lot of the films in here are from a lot earlier. This is one of the more contemporary films, but yeah, one of the more recent films, but I think a lot of these are like maybe 70s and 80s, but yeah, Atma the Ghost. And then you see here just a really simple presentation. I like the cases they use here, though. They're not the the crappy kind of recycle cases. They're nice and sturdy here. So no artwork really from the movie, but you get this kind of reddish orangish backdrop here with the name of the film. This is all region, so looks like you can play this in you should be able to play this in any Blu-ray player. All right, so that is Atma the Ghost. Next up, we have, so see, it's images like this that I think are just so great. This just really says Bollywood horror to me. This is Purana Mandir, the Haunted Temple. I'm immediately interested in that title. Here is the back. So this is, okay, yeah, so this is 1984. 145 minutes. So that's really healthy runtime there. And then you get special features here. Brand new 4K transfer. Let's see if there was a new... Yeah, so there's a 4K transfer on the Atma the Ghost as well. So that's really great. I'm excited to see the transfers here from Mondo Macabro since I am new to this label. It'll be interesting to see how good these scans look. Digitally restored, and then introduction to the film by writer Tim Paxton. All right, so again, there's your... So I like how kind of uniform the design is here throughout. All right, next up, that's a scary looking fellow right there. Purani Haveli, The Monster Wakes. All right, this one is from 1989, 146 minutes. So the runtime on these is pretty decent. Let's see, Atma was 112 minutes, so a little under 2 hours. Purana Mandir, and then this one, Purana Haveli, is, yeah, I mean, they're well over 2 hours. So also from a brand new 4K transfer from the film Negative. And then, again, an introduction by Tim Paxton. And then we get the original trailer as well. So that'll be fun. I like watching original trailers, things like that. All right. All right, disc... oh, Oh, let's see here. So, yes, it looks like these are actually maybe, the discs here may be actually out of order a little bit, because it says here on the backs of these what disc number they are. I can kind of reorganize those maybe a little bit. So this is Takana the Dungeon. Says disc 3 here. Also from 1989 with a runtime of 122 minutes. 4K transfer. So it looks like Tim Paxton is going to be introducing each of these films throughout the box set. All right, next up we have Virana, Vengeance of the Vampire. Show you the spine there. And 1988, runtime of 140 minutes, 4K transfer, and then introduced by Tim Paxton, original trailer, newly translated optional subtitles. And then there's the disc, and yeah, all of these are region free, it looks like, which is always nice. All right, here we have Band Darwaza, Bride of the Vampire. Pretty freaky image there. And then this one's a little bit more involved. So we have some notes here. Plus, Miskatonic lecture on the Ramsay brothers, documentary on Bollywood horror, plus interviews. And then we have a list of the interviewees right there and more. All right, so this disc looks like houses more of the kind of the lion's share of special features that accompany the last film here, Bride of the Vampire, which is from 1990 and a runtime of 145 minutes. And then again, you can see the special features listed there. And the disc. So that does it for the films. Now, oh yeah, this is a nice thick book here. Really cool cover image here. Love the art direction and look of that. No writing on the spine, but we get kind of a continuation of the art, and that is really rad looking. Not gonna lie, I like the look of that a lot. All right, and we'll just open up here and kind of give you a glimpse of what you can expect on within the book here. So here we have an image of author Tim Paxton. He's been an admirer of oddball cinema since the 1960s. I haven't been a fan that long because I haven't been alive that long, but definitely a fan right there with you, Tim, of oddball cinema. Here we have an introduction, and then it's like we get some really nice dense text here with some nicely scanned images here. Definitely look forward to reading through this. See, it's images like this. I love this crazy zany kind of stuff here. Just kind of do a quick flip through. I think we can get a pretty good idea of what we've got here. Some freaky images and a lot of good information here, it looks like. Okay, so this looks like a poster gallery. And then VCD and DVD artwork there, so that's pretty neat. And then we even get a page here of afterthoughts by an afterthought here again by Tim Paxton. And then books and magazines for people who love movies. So there's some book and magazine recommendations, and then again that really cool artwork on the back. Yeah, so I'll sort these out later, but really impressed with this set. I like how this is put together. It's always nice to see in these larger sets that contain a lot of film, but there's no disc stacking or any tomfoolery like that going on here, but really well packaged. Really couldn't be packaged any better than this, I don't think. With the, again, that nice sturdy box set and really fun artwork here. So I, for one, am ready to dive in on Bollywood horror, and no better way, I think, to do that than the set here from Mondo Macabro of Ramsay House of Horrors Bollywood Horror Collection. Alright everybody, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come by the channel and watch this video. Let me know down in the comments if you're a fan of Bollywood horror, if you have any titles that you would recommend. I'm always looking for good recommendations, especially with films like this that I am very unfamiliar with. Really like what Mondo Macabro has done here with this particular set. And yeah, again, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check that out for yourself if that's something that you would like to purchase. Again, not 100% certain on availability on this, but definitely worth checking out if you are interested. If you are new to this channel and you like talking film and film collecting, things like this, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and finally the bell icon. That will notify you when I upload new videos in the future. And until next time, I hope you're able to watch a lot of great films.